Before we start, please join the Discord community, link down below for me. When you click the link, the invite should appear as shown. Click accept invite for direct access to yours truly, your fellow community, as well as being notified every time we go live. You'll also be able to view all VODs from the Discord server, as well as any YouTube videos, and be notified when I post here on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, around 99% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you fix that by hitting the subscribe button and turning on all notifications. If you do that, I can find the content for you and we can watch it together. Shout out to all my current subscribers as well as current subs on Twitch. We call y'all citizens, you feel me? And yeah, enjoy the video. What's good, YouTube? We're back with another calm little video. This one on the dog Hancock, the most disrespectful superhero of all time. Another video by Black Cape. You know, we just recently reacted to a Franklin Saint video by him. And, you know, I just wanted to go through the little catalog and see what my boy was talking about. Yeah, we check out, you know, new creators all the time. I mean, honestly, not as of right now, but their goal is kind of help give them a platform. You know, help them find viewers and then vice versa. You know, YouTube is a symbiotic community. As always, you can prefer a little like. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. That way I can find the videos and we can watch them together. And, you know what I'm saying, if you're subscribed, hit that bell. Make sure you check out my dog Black Kate. Without further ado, let's just hop straight into it.
All units, I repeat, we need backup right now. The scene opens with three guys lighting the city up like it's GTA. They've got a chopper tailing them, so
life with no consequences.
they're at least clocking like 3 stars. Meanwhile, Hancock, aka Will Smith, is slumped over on a bench, drunk as hell.
Yeah.
He definitely went on a bender the night before. This kid strolls up on him like, bro,
you ain't seeing all this chaos on the news? Maybe
Do
you'll be
something.
a hero or something.
he was hungover bad. Brody did not want to go play
What you
hero,
talking about?
but he said, it, grabbed his bottle and took off. I've never seen drunk flying before, but apparently this is what it looks like.
Very
Straight
dangerous.
up crashing into signs and taking out police. Nah, this is criminal. He rips the roof off the felon's whip, lands in the back seat, and the criminals are sitting there in disbelief.
Who the fuck is this? Yeah, that's how they was thinking, bro. Little did they know.
Real shit, what do you do in this situation? Hancock tells them to stop shouting and chill out, or his head is going up the driver's ass and the driver's head is going up his ass. And yeah, they didn't really like where that was going, so they started spraying at him, lighting him up, shattering
Stupid
his liquor
young
bottle.
bull.
And that's a big no-no to an alcoholic. He slams his foot onto the ground, forcing the car to a dead stop, then picks it up and had those dudes
Come
screaming
here.
for their lives. And Hancock really didn't give a fuck, because how the hell are you smashing into the side of an entire building?
Like, people are
come
working
on,
in there,
man.
gang.
That might go towards our taxes. So a chopper flies by and this nigga just drops the whip like nothing. And if I was in that car, that alone would have been enough to send me straight to the pearly gates, ready for this concert. Right before it hits the ground, he snags it up again, then smacks it against another building. They start begging him to put them back down and he's like, alright, bet. Tossing the car up,
You want
then
down?
jumps on it
I
and it
can
goes
do
piercing
down.
straight through the pinnacle. And
Like, brother, what if that bitch exploded?
yeah,
gang?
like it's safe to say this might be the worst use of superpowers I've ever seen. And listen, I'm not too sure if he's officially a comic book character, but his badges are tough. I can't lie. He got super strength, flight, near invulnerability, and he's been living for centuries. Basically the same
Fucking
amount of time Bob's
immortality,
been
damn
carrying
near.
the league. So the police department, the government, and just about every civilian in town finally said enough is enough when it comes to this man. And seriously, can we address the
What you gonna do
elephant in the
about him?
room? The man's name is Hancock. Like, hey, yo, you can't tell me if he wasn't superhuman, he wouldn't be getting fried every day. But all jokes aside, this dude is causing more property damage.
It's just like when it was on fucking social media calling Superman super shit, bro. They're gonna be sitting on his
than the
name.
criminals he's stopping. So the people are over it. They want him gone like Congress wants TikTok wiped off the map. Hey, and I don't blame them. So Ray, aka Stupid, finds himself stuck on the train tracks. He tries to bail out but manages to snap his own door handle. So
Stupid
he just
young
slumps
bull.
back, eyes closed, basically accepting his fate. Like, well, guess this is it. But Hancock pulls up like, what
Wife
the hell
and
you
kids,
doing?
by
And
the way.
flips the entire car off the tracks. And this nigga just stands there letting the train completely smash right into him. And yeah, we're all thinking the same thing. Like, really, bro? You couldn't just
I
fly
like
up
you.
or like move out the way? And look at the damage that this guy has caused. He's a real mess. All the people start growling at him, but Ray sticks up for him for saving his life. Hancock then drops him home. 'Cause,
PR.
I mean, I don't think his whip was drivable, then gets invited in for dinner. And this nigga had no decorum whatsoever. He was eating like it was his last meal. And when he was done, he left with the whole wine bottle. These are the type of niggas that
He just said, I appreciate y'all. It's at the cookout to sneak out with fucking 15
you
plates.
can't take everywhere. He pulls back up the next day and of course he drills another hole on the road. Like, you can't make this shit up. Erlen Haaland at the back calls him an asshole, which immediately triggers Hancock. He walks right up to him, takes off his shades and tells him that's really
It's not a girl, I think it's a dude.
not a nice thing to say to people. But Haaland don't give a fuck. He's like,
You behave like an asshole.
Hancock tells him, yo, you better stop calling me that. But if you know football, you know Haaland loves a good hat trick. So he says it 3 more times.
Asshole. Why asshole? Asshole.
Hancock gives him that look, kind of like the
Bernie
one he
Mac.
gave Chris Rock right before slapping the fire out of him and saying, call me asshole 1 more time. But Haaland don't give a damn. He says that shit again and pow!
Oh,
flying to the sky. And his 2 little sidekicks wanted
Terminal
no part of that
velocity.
ride. And do I blame him? No, my ass went on a Batman roller coaster when I was 11 and no amusement park has seen me since. Ray steps out and they start chatting for a bit. Mid-conversation, Hancock catches this kid and he had that boy rethinking his whole life. I guarantee you that night he slept something like this. And remember, for the city, this is nothing new.
Insane,
Ray literally
bruh.
shows Hancock viral YouTube clips of him being reckless.
Ugh,
and yes,
he had his
he does
butt
pull
out.
more views than me. The US Constitution is fed up with Hancock. They want him behind bars. Ray, on the other hand, has what he thinks is a genius plan. Hancock should turn himself in for 2
Marketing
weeks
tour.
so people actually miss him and maybe realize how much they actually need him. And somehow he convinces Hancock to do it. Crazy, right? Because if I had
WPR.
superpowers, the last place you gonna find me is behind bars. So he apologizes.
To be fair though, a superpower, it depends. It depends, cause like they probably see it as crazy if I just like. It depends. If I have Flash's powers, I'll just like run somewhere and get like some. I'm still keep my bread. They have no way of finding my cash, and I'm gonna just run somewhere, buy some food, run back into prison, eat my shit. It's like you be able to eat good, but other than that, stay there. You might be bored, but work out, try talking to people, whatever you can do to pass the time. But like in his case, him leaving, he'd be caught leaving. Even if he comes back, they'll like give him flack for it. So he had to sit there, eat the prison food, whatever.
Apologizes to the public and checks himself into prison. Not even 2 minutes inside and every inmate is staring at him like he fresh meat. The Big Show steps in front of him, blocking his path. Hancock glances left and right and it finally clicks.
Who you talking to me?
Every single one of these guys are in here because of him. Talk about an awkward family reunion. He politely asks if he can just head to his cell. But these 2 dudes don't budge an inch. One of them even looks at him crazy. So Hancock warns them, if you don't move, your head's going like his ass. The inmates start laughing. And Hancock's like, y'all sure y'all want to ride this train? And
this nigga was head ass spamming the entire movie.
This nigga's like, choo choo. And yeah. This has to be the worst possible thing that can happen to anyone.
What the hell,
period.
boy?
The inmate's reaction had me dying. And honestly, which position is worse?
PTSD
A
of doom.
B? Let me know in the comments.
Look at the way that B got his back arched, bro. He can't pull his head out, nigga.
B. Let me know in the comments.
Just smelling straight ass.
What Hancock did. And the DA office wants to lock him up for 8 years. The second Hancock catches a winner that he's like, excuse me, cuts straight through the glass and tells Ray, run that by me again. Nigga. Then he just gets up and busts right through the door, letting everybody know that jail is his choice, not theirs. Ray hits him with that sweet talk about how miserable he's gonna be for the rest of his life if he doesn't do this the right way. And yeah, somehow that guilt trip worked. Hancock decides to stay in for a few more weeks, even though he can clearly walk out whenever he wanted to. So the crime rate shoots up to 30% and the chief of police calls him in for help. And he's like, I bet, and flies right to the hostage situation.
On timing though.
Tight ass leather suit, probably Edna's work.
As he's
walking towards the building, they shoot a rocket and he slaps it away.
Shit on my face.
Then rushes the injured officer to safety. And you could tell
it was so funny because he was like, oh yeah, when they save someone, you pull up to the scene to help them, you tell them good job. And he was like, why would I tell them good job? I'm here because they can't do their job. So like in this scene, he's like awkwardly like, oh, you did good work.
He has zero clue on how to be a hero. Bro was awkward as hell. And it was kind of funny to watch, I can't lie.
Fuck?
The robbers stop shooting and stand there looking scared as hell. Bro starts flying in and out the window, taking them out one by one, which has the leader flipping out, yelling at the hostages. And trust me, even if they're new, why would they tell you? Hancock finally reveals himself. I thought they had you in the slander. Nah, I got out early. That don't matter anyways. I need you to break inside that vault, grab me my bread, or all these hostages are getting first class seats to see the man above. Yeah, threatening a superhuman is wild. Hancock tries giving him the benefit of the doubt, but he drops that word.
Do you hear me, asshole?
And yeah, he was walking out with his hand still on the trigger. So now everyone's cheering for him and he's finally getting
that shit.
Fast forward and we find out that Ray's wife also has powers. Hancock
That was hard though, because he only took his hand. He easily, with his powers, could have ripped his entire. That sounds very brutal, but he could have, right? So it's another show of like how he's gotten more control. Yeah, there could have been a better way to do it, but he has like no projectile attacks, and there's no way he can guarantee he wouldn't have had his finger off the joint. So that was the safest like anti-hero way to do it. Hero way would have probably been like fake, like, you know what I'm saying, you're working with bro, and then, you know, I don't know, knock him out the way and use like his essentially kind of like super speed to put his hand on the trigger.
Hancock tries kissing Mary, and she straight up tosses him right across the house onto the street. Bro was flabbergasted. She threatens him not to tell anyone about her abilities, or he's gonna be on a t-shirt. The next day, Hancock wanted answers about who they really were and where they came from, but she was dodging his questions and capping like crazy. So he says, fine, I'm gonna tell Ray, then flies off. She definitely wasn't gonna let that slide.
I'm gonna tell mom.
She catches up and spearing him right into the mountain, and that must have hurt, with or without powers. He gonna struggle to get out of bed tomorrow. Mary was chasing him for a while until they crashed land right into the city, destroying everything on sight. And imagine this dude had a passenger. GG's gang. Hancock calls her crazy, and that sets her off. Turns out she got the same thing he got. He calls her crazy again. This time she picks up a truck and smacks it on his head.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
And I can't.
Mind you, she easily could have just explained everything. Like, dead ass, it's not that hard. Yes, it'll be follow-up questions, but you would skip all this fucking tension rigmarole.
Lie, she might actually be crazy because she switches
But
the
it's a
weather
movie,
and
so
spawns
you know.
like 3 tornadoes out of nowhere. They fly up and start scrapping, tearing the city apart. And honestly, these two might be causing more property damage than the Avengers. They rip right through Ray's office, and imagine you're Ray looking down and the first thing you see is this. My heart would have just dropped to my ass because I would have thought Hancock just smashed my wife all over the city. And the worst bit about it, I can't do shit. Mary finally comes out clean, and it turns out that her and Hancock have been together for centuries. Yup, they're the last two of their species. As why she kept this from the Fresh Prince, I couldn't tell you. All this new information had Hancock stressed. And what do alcoholics do when they're stressed? Yep, you guessed it. He goes straight to the liquor store. But when he's there, he notices the shop owner acting a little weird and realizes the place was getting robbed. He breaks the counter and sends this nigga flying right into the fridge. God damn.
Him getting shot was avoidable too, but he thought he was still indestructible. So he's like, man, go ahead, up that shit.
Second gunman grabs the owner, threatening to smoke him. So Hancock snatches a chocolate bar and hurls it right at dude, knocking him out cold. But in the process, Hancock takes a few bullets. Usually that wouldn't bother him, except this time. He looks down and he's bleeding.
Oh,
bro must have used up all his lives. I know a nigga who went through this. He gets rushed to the hospital and the number of doctors swarming him is wild. He definitely had health insurance. Mary explains that he's not going to heal this time because the closer they are together, the more mortal they become. And this right here is nefarious work because all she has to do is literally fly off.
Yeah, literally that, or from the beginning, she could have explained it to him, and then they could have just moved. Like, either he could have left and protected a new city, or she could have moved to another city with like Tom and them, and then she could have. I said Tom. I don't know if that nigga's name is Tom. I don't know what his name is. I ain't gonna lie. He reminded me of the dude from Sonic. What's his name? Like James Marsden, the dude who played Cyclops. But yeah, she could have did that, and then I think his name's Ray. Ray and Hancock could have did like virtual meetings or some shit, and he could have been his PR team, and shit would have worked out perfectly fine. Yeah, we're far enough away from each other. You still get your powers. My husband still gets to do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Just let me have this relationship. Type shit. That's all it really needed, gang.
And he'll literally start healing. But no, her ass is right by his bedside, sweet talking. Like, bitch, if you don't fly off and save Will Smith. Anyways, those two train riders showed up to the hospital. I have no clue how they escaped prison. But that's not even the wildest part. Somehow they're walking together like nothing happened. Let's be real. If my head ever ended
your head was up that nigga ass, bro. Y'all cannot be cool no more.
Up in someone's cheeks or vice versa, we could never be in the same country, let alone side by side. Big Show walks in and shoots Mary 3 times, stopping her. Hancock whips the bed right at them, knocking both of them out. He grabs Mary and takes her to another room, then spins the block, walking right up to the dude who shot her and tossing him straight out the window. He better know how to fly because they're on the 20th floor.
That nigga's dead.
More shooters pull up, blasting away. Hancock drops one, picks him up, flies onto the roof, knocking his head. The next guy gets chokeslammed right into the light. Shit gave me flashbacks of Kane. Hancock.
No way this villain of the weak ass nigga just somehow got all these troops.
Really cooking these dudes, but that did not last. He gets shanked in the back, then kisses this metal pole 3
Ooh.
times. Had him dazed. Steve Rogers can relate, but he was still on his feet, so he smacks him one more time for good luck, knocking him to the ground. I bet Chris Rock watches this scene whenever he's down, probably kicking his feet. Mary ends up completely being unconscious because she's feeling everything that's happening to Hancock, which is wild. This dude picks him up and starts choking him, had Hancock gasping for air. It wasn't looking good. Imagine getting clapped by Ed Sheeran. You do not want this on your resume. So Hancock has to lock him, grabs his nuts, which is wild. Picks him up and yanks him out the window. And this just had me thinking, is this why his name's Hancock? He tries to distance himself from Mary, but this guy shows up and starts unloading on him, knocking him to his knees. Just as he's about to end Hancock, Ray comes from behind and slices his hand right off, confirming that he will never be able to wipe his ass
both hands
ever again. Ray then knocks him out, but it was too late. Hancock's heart stops. Psych!
You know what I'm saying? My GOAT, man. Shout out Black Kate for a calm, tough little video. You know what I'm saying? Bringing awareness to Hancock. You know what I'm saying? The most respectful superhero of all time. As always, make sure y'all boys stay happy, healthy, hydrated, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.